tried the glove on. It was a little bit wide in my palm and a little bit long in my fingers. O.J. Simpson has enormous hands, and I knew that that glove would not fit him.
That's Robert Shapiro telling Fox's Megyn Kelly about the iconic moment of the O.J. trial. The glove Johnny Cochran famously said, "If it doesn't fit, finish it for me, guys. You must acquit." That's right. Well, the rest is history. The jury, as we know, did acquit O.J. How much did that forever change the way, not just that trials are covered, but in many ways, how defense attorneys, they always preen for the camera, please, right? But that it took it to a new level. They became rock stars, those guys.
Right, but also I think it's most relevant when it comes to the juries, because the juries came to expect this show. And actually there have been surveys done that have found that jurors will vote in line with their favorite TV shows. So let's say they like Law and Order and the protagonist is a prosecutor, they're more likely to vote in favor of the prosecutor instead of the defense attorney. And if somebody's boring, even if they're smart and they have a good case, they may not win if they don't entertain the jurors. And studies have shown that.
Well, it's theater. There's no question that trial practice is theater. But you know something? What this case really affected was the way minorities look at law enforcement, the way non-minorities look at law enforcement, the divide, the racial divide in this case, and the media coverage so exacerbated that even for 20 years we're still talking about it and the issues still emerge and those feelings are still there. And I think that in terms of how we try cases, it also affects the way we try cases. And don't let anybody tell you that that's not a major focus during jury selection, because it is.
I know that law school applications recently are down, but I'm curious, 20 years ago, did you find a lot of people were trying to go into the law because they wanted to be the next Shapiro or Johnny Cochran or whatever?
Well, I was in the DA's office when this trial was taking place. I remember that, and it was a big deal. All the DAs, we were all watching on a daily basis, talking about it. You know, it was the first time that a lot of people saw a big, famous trial take place.
It's also when you didn't have to spend $300,000 to get through your education and graduate with monstrous loans.
Student loan debt. And the applications are down actually because there was a flood of lawyers, like you said, and nobody could get jobs, and then they were saddled with student loan debt.
But can I say something about juries? They're very smart. And a lot of times a jury will say to a lawyer, "You're the greatest lawyer I've ever seen, but your case was horrible." And they'll say to another lawyer, "You're terrible, you did everything wrong, but I had to give your client all that money." Because, so juries are very smart.
They are.
Don't kid yourself.
They are.
Interesting. I can't believe 20 years later we're still talking about this case, but you guys are right. Amy, guys, thank you all very much. As always, great job. All right, everyone. Coming up next, we'll take a look at some local headlines, so please stay with us.